Welcome back, everyone. Today we'll be looking at question 10 to question 13, which are the four questions left because we've done question 6 to question 9 already. So, question 10 says two equal chords AB and BC are each 15 centimeter long. They meet at a point B on a circle with center O, such that angle ABC is 120 degrees. Question A says, illustrate the information in a diagram. Question B says, calculate correct to the nearest whole number, the I, radius of the circle, and II, perimeter of the major segment, cut off by the chord AC. Now let's start with the first question, which is question A, illustrate the information on a diagram. Now, they said two equal chords, AB and BC, each 15 centimeter long. They meet at a point B on a circle. So, this is our solution. Let's say this is a circle. If this is a circle, let's say this is my AB. And this become my what? My BC, because they said they meet at a point B. So, and let's see, they say this is our center O. This is our center O. So let me put my O here. So this can come this way. Now this is my AC. And they also said such that angle ABC is equals to 120 degrees. So she illustrated it on a diagram. So that's what we've done for our what? A. Now B says calculate correct to the nearest whole number, the radius of the circle. Let's tackle the radius of the circle first. But remember, AB is what? 15 cm and BC is equally 15 cm. So this I can say is a what? An isosceles what? Triangle, since the two sides are equal. Now, to get our radius, remember AC is not a diameter. Why? Angle ABC is not 90 degrees. If it was 90 degrees, then we will say that length AC, which is called AC, is a what? A diameter. So let's get our AC first. To get our AC, we can use the cosine rule to say that this is small letter B, this small letter C, and this small letter what? A. If you don't understand it, you can fall back to our previous topic and get a better understanding on it. So now our B square, which is equals to what? AC here. AC square will be equals to, I use B for us to get our formula easily. Since B is here, we'll have A square plus what? A square plus C square plus Y plus, because this is greater than what? 90, plus 2AC cos capital letter what? B. So B square equals to what? AC square. So we're using our AC first. So we have our AC square to be equals to, my A is 15. So I have 15 square plus C, 15 square plus 2 times 15 times 15 cos of my angle 120 degree. Now 15 square is 225. So I have 225 plus 225 plus 2 times 15 cos. Now this is supposed to be 180 degree minus what? B. 180 degree minus what? B. Since it's greater than what? 90. So I have 180. Putting my value of B, my B is 120. So I have my 120 degree here. So 180 minus 120 will give me what? 60. So I have 60 degree. So this will give me 225 plus 225 plus 2 times 15 times 15. Cos 60 is 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. So 2 can cancel 2. Remember, all these are taken as 1. So you should get one value before you resolve it with these two terms. So this will cancel this, and I'll have 225 plus 225 plus this time is also what? 225. So I have 225 plus 225 plus 225 to give me 675. And AC, when I remove my square root, I have AC to be equals to plus minus 675. Since a side of a triangle must be positive, I therefore have the square root of what? 675, which unit? Centimeter. So I have this as my what? AC. Now, we were not asked to look for AC, we were asked to look for the radius of a circle. So we'll use the length of chord formula. Why are we taking this as the chord, where AC as the chord we are using? Because it's what is facing the angle given. So I'll use my length of chord formula, which is length of chord AC is equals to what? 2 arrow sine theta all over 2. Theta over 2 must be in bracket because we must resolve it as 1. Now the length of chord is already 675. So we have 675, square root of 675 equals to 2 times the radius we are looking for times sine. The angle is 120 degrees. So I have 120 degree all over 2, which gives me 2 arrow sine what? 60 degree. But sine 60 is root 3 over 2. So I have 2 arrow sine root 3 all over what? Sine 60 is root 3 over 2. So we have 2 arrow root 3 all over 2. And root 2 can cancel 2. I'll therefore have root 675 equals to what? 2 root 3. I'm already looking for the result, so I can clean this. Now, 2 have cancelled 2. So here is supposed to be 2 arrow root 3. So I'm looking for arrow, or divide through by what? Root 3. And I'll have arrow to be equals to the square root. This can be taken as 1 using the word surd law. So I have 675 all over what? 3. And this will give me the square root of 6 divided by 3 is 2. 7 divided by 3 is 2, remainder 1. And 3 divided by 15 is 5. So square root of 225 will give us 15. So our radius is 15 what? Centimeter. Now we've gotten our radius. Our next question says we look for the perimeter of the major segment cut off by the circle. Radius of the perimeter cut off by the radius of the circle. Now we must know our perimeter formula. So perimeter of a segment in generally is equals to what? Length of arc plus length of chord. Now length of arc is simply theta over 360 times area times perimeter of a circle. Where am I cleaning? Let me clean here. So perimeter of a segment, since we are talking about major segments, so perimeter of segment, let me put bracket major. Perimeter of segment, which is major segment, is equals to what? Is equals to perimeter major will be equals to length of arc, and length of arc is theta over 360 degree times 2 pi arrow plus length of chord, and length of chord is what? Square root of 675. Root 675. So perimeter of major segments will be equals to, these are theta. The theta, the 120 there is for what? It's for the minor segment. So the major segment become theta major plus theta minor will be equals to what? 360 what degree. So the angle sustained by the major segment plus the angle sustained by the minor segment must be equal to 360 degree. So major angle sustained, which is theta subscript major, will be equals to 360 degree minus what? Theta minor, which will be equals to 360 degree minus the angle given 120 what degree, because the bigger must be that for major. So we have 360. 360 minus 120, this is 0, this is 4, and this is what? 2. So we have 240 what degree as the major the angle sustained by the what? Major what segment. Now, we can simply put our formula, our parameters into the given what expression. Now, perimeter subscript measure will be equals to theta, which is 240 degree all over 360 degree times 2 times 22 all over 7 times our radius. Our radius we solve is what? 15 plus the square root of what? 675. Now, degree can cancel degree, 0 can cancel 0. We can simply have 24 times 2 times 22 times 15 to give us 15840, yeah, and 37 times 7, 36 rather, 36 times what? 7 to give us 252 plus our value. Let's just check the square root of this. But before I do that, let me have 15840 divided by my answer here, which will give me 62.8571. Now, the square root of 675 equals 25.9808. 25.9808. So if I've gotten this, I can simply have 62.8571 plus 25.9808. And we simply have 88.8379. And they said, did they give any approximation? They didn't, so we can simply have it to 3 significant figure to give us 88. Okay, 3 significant to give us 88.838. Perimeter is in centimeter since the values are in centimeter. So these are perimeter of the major segment cut off by the chord AC. Thank you. Question 11A says, profit fee made by a retailer for selling Y numbers of articles in a day is given by P equal 3y squared minus 9 all over y minus 2 minus 18 all over y minus 2. I says, if $16 profit was made in a particular day, determine the number of articles sold. I says, on a particular day, no profit was made for the sales of articles. Find the number of articles sold. So, before I start, in our question 10b, the question says we should approximate our perimeter of the major segment to the nearest whole number, and the value was 88.8379. We got it in what? As 88.838 centimeter. But the question says to the nearest what? Whole number. Because we cleaned the board, we didn't remember it was to the nearest whole number, and we got this because we set to 5 significant what? Figures. Now to the nearest whole number, this is supposed to give us 8. This 8 here is greater than 4, so we add 1 to this, become 9. So that answer is supposed to be 89 centimeter. Please take notes. Now we can solve this. Now they said the formula given, the mode they're given is P equals to 3y squared minus 9 all over y minus 2 minus 18 all over y minus 2. Now P was given as what? In I, P was given as what? $16. So I'll put my 16 equals to what? XM of these two is same. So I have y minus 2. Y minus 2 minus divided by my y minus 2 will give me what? 1. So 1 times 3y squared minus 9 will give me 3y squared minus 9. In the same way, y minus 2 divided by minus 2 is 1. 1 times 18 is what? 18. So I'll have 16 to be equals to 3y squared minus 9 minus 18 will give me minus 27. So I have minus what? 27 all over y minus what? 2. So I'll cross multiply and I'll have 3y squared minus 27 will be equals to 16 times y, 16y, and 16 times 2 will give me what? 32. Now, rearranging to favor us in solving with quadratic equation by factorization, or have 3y squared minus 16y minus 27 when negative corresponds positive what 32 equal to what 0, and this will give me 3y squared minus 16y, and I'll have 32 minus 27 to give me what plus 5 equal to what 0. Now we'll try to factorize. So factorizing, we'll simply use our product will be equals to 3y squared times 5, which is equals to what 15y squared. But 3 and 5 cannot add up to give 16. So our second product will be equals to what 15y times y. So I can put minus 15y minus 15, which will still give me positive 15y was square. And my sum therefore will become minus 15y minus what y, which will be equals to minus 16y. So in place of minus 16y, I'll put minus 15y minus y. So I'll therefore have 3y squared minus 15y minus y plus 5 equals to what 0. Minus minus equal to plus. So I'll have 3y squared minus 15y in brackets minus bracket. Since I have negative sign at the front of the bracket, here negative y become positive y, and positive 5 become negative what 5 equals to what 0. What's common is 3y. So if I have 3y squared divided by 3y will give me y. 15y divided by 3y will give me what 5. Minus what's common here is 1 bracket y minus 5 equal to what 0. So this and this are same. So I have 3y minus 1 and y minus 5 equal to what 0. Now using the zero product rule, I have 3y minus 1 equal to 0, or y minus 5 equal to what 0. Remember, we are looking for the number of articles which represent what y. So therefore I'll have 3y to be equal to 0 plus 1, which equal to what 1, or y equal to 0 plus 5, which equals to what 5, and y will be equal to 1 over 3, or y will be equal to what 5. Therefore we will discard that of the fraction, which is 1 over 3. Why? Because number of particles ought to be what whole number. Therefore the number of particles for the sales of $16, for a sale or profit of $15 is equals to what 5. Now our B part, now we have to be careful. For our B part, it says on a particular day no profit was made for the sales of article. Said find the number of articles sold. So since no profit was made, our P this time will be equal to what 0, means 0 profits. So this become our II because we've gotten our I as number of particles, which is what 5. So no particles sold simply means here should be 0 equals to 3y squared minus 9 minus 18 all over y minus 2. We've already done this earlier. I simply took the SCM. Now if I cross multiply, I'll have 3y squared minus 9 minus 18 minus 27 minus 27 equals to 0 times this expression at the denominator gives me what 0. Now I can divide through by 3. All over 3, all over 3, all over 3. I'll have my y squared minus 27 divided by 3 is what 9 equals to what 0. Now y squared minus 9 is what 3, or I can simply say y equals to positive cos to the other side become what 0 plus what 9, which is equals to 9, and y will be equals to plus minus what 9. So my y will be equals to what plus minus 3. And since number of particles can never be negative, my number of particles sold for no profit simply means my y will be equals to what 3, which is what my answer. Thank you. So for our B part, we have an inequality question on the board, and we're given 5 plus x all over 6 plus 4x minus 1 over 3 greater than or equal to 3x plus 2 all over 5. Now, our LCM of 6, 3 and 5. 6, 3, 5. This is my 6, this is my 3, and this is my 5. 2 here, 3, 3, 5. 3 here, 1, 1, 5. 5 here, 1, 1, 1. 2 times 3, 6. 6 times 5, 30. So my SM is equals to what? 30. Now, if we got 30, we'll use our 30 to multiply all through. Please, whenever you are giving inequality, no matter the exacerbation and the values are in terms of fraction, ensure you take XCM and use the XCM to multiply hearts. Don't take only these two, because after that you will take an XCM again. So take all the XCM and use it to multiply each of the term. Here we have 3 terms: first term, second term, and third term. Please take notes. So we have 30 in bracket 5 plus what? X over 6 close bracket plus 30 bracket 4x minus 1 over 3 greater than or equal to 30 bracket 3x plus 2 all over 5. Now this we cancel, have 5. This we cancel, have 10. This we cancel, have what? 6. So 5 times 5 is what? 25 plus 5 times s, 5x plus 10 times 4x will give me what? 40x, and 10 times 1 will give me what? 1. 10 rather. Greater than or equal to 6 times 3 is what? 18x. 6 times 2 is what? 12. So we can simply have 25 plus, here will give me what? 45x minus 10 greater than or equals to 18x plus what? 12. So I'm looking for x. I'll have 48x collecting like term. This will become minus 18x greater than or equal to 12. This become plus what? 10. This become minus what? 25. What is the lamp? So we have 48 minus 18. 8 minus 8, 0. 3 minus 1, 4 minus 1, 3. I have my x greater than or equal to. This plus this will give me 22. 22 minus 25. 22 minus 25 will give me minus what? 3. And if I divide through by 30, I'll have my x to be equals to 3 here, 1, 3 here. So I have minus 1. 3 here is 1. 1 over 10. Hope we are not making any mistake. So we'll go through. SM is 30. I have 5s plus 5 plus x. 25 plus what? 5x here plus 40x minus 10. And 5 into 6, 5 into 30 is 6. 6 times 3, 3 times 6, 18x, yeah, plus 2 times 4, 12. So we have 25 plus 45 minus 10 greater than or equal to 18x plus what? 10. So, here it's supposed to be 45. So we have our 5 here. Thank God we went through it again. So this will give me this becomes 15. 15 minus 5. 15 minus 8 will give me 7. Yes, left with what? 3. 3 minus 1 will give me what? 2. X greater than or equal to. This plus this. So we've gotten minus 3 here. So this is what? Minus 3. So x will be greater than or equal to minus 3 all over what? 27. And s therefore will be greater than or equal to 3 here is what? 1. And 3 here is what? 9. Meaning x is greater than or equal to minus 1 over what? 9. How do we even verify in an exam if our answer here is correct? It says s is greater than or equal to minus 1 over what? 9. To make it easy, I can simply pick x. I can pick s to be equals to 1. let S be equal to 1 because it says greater than or equal to. If I put, let me put it here and see. We have 5 plus S. S is 1 all over 6 plus 4. S is 1. 4 times 1 is 4 minus 1 all over 3 should be greater than or equal to 3. S is 1. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. 5 over what? Let me 3 times 1. Let me write my 3 plus what? 2 all over 5. This will give me 6 over what? 6 plus 3 over 3 greater than or equals to 5 over what? 5. This will give me 1 plus what? 1 to be greater than or equal to what? 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2, which is greater than or equal to what? 1. 2 is greater than what? 1. So our solving is correct. If you check, if you want to use something less than this, my 1 over 9 gives you 0.111. So if you check something like minus 0.2, which is less than minus 0.111, you see that you have a value of which this will be less than what you have here. So this is the solution. Thank you. Question 12 it says a study on average daily temperature in degrees centigrade over a period of 12 months is as shown below. 24 down to 24 again. It says I find the mean, median, and the mode of the data. I say, state with explanation which of the measures in 12AI best represents the data. Now, let's start with our calculation for mean. Solution. Since the question were not given in a tabular form, our mean, mean, which is S bar, is equals to what? Sum of what? Values all over what? Number of what? Values. Number of values means what? N. The number of observations, which are 1, 2, 3, which are 12, are said. Now, our S bar, which is our mean, will be equals to 24 plus 25 plus 23 plus 27 plus 26 plus 28 plus 29 plus 28, 29, 30, 37 plus 30 plus 37 plus, not 37, 27 plus 26 plus 25 plus 24, all divided by what? 12, because we say 12 months, and if you count this you get what? 12. So our S bar will be equals to 24 plus 25 plus 23 plus 27 plus 26 plus 28 plus 29 plus 30 plus 27 plus 26 plus 25 plus 24, giving 314 over what? 12. So divided by 12 gives me 21.16666 what? 7. They give us approximation, so we can simply approximate to what? 21.1667 to 4 decimal what? Places. This is degree what? Centigrade. So the mean temperature is 21.1667 degree what? Centigrade. Now we move to our what? Our median temperature. Now our median temperature, here we must arrange in either ascending or descending order. So our median, arranging in ascending order first. Arrange in ascending order. List is 23. So I have 23 being used. Next should be 24. Is there any other 24? Yeah, 24. Now we'll move to 25. Is there any other 25? Yes. Please, in exam, this is how you do it. Please, 26. Yeah. Is there any other 26? Yes. 26, 26. Next, 27. Is there 27? Yes. 27. Is there any other 27? Yeah. 27. Is there 28? Yeah. 1. Is there any other 28? No. 29. Yeah. 30. Yeah. I've used 29. I've used 30. What is nothing? So this is 12. I'll count also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I start cancelling from the front, I can 12. I can take out 5, 3, 2, 5. I can also take out 5, 3, 2, 5. So the middle term is 26, 26. So median will be equals to what? The mean of the two middle words term. Mean, yes, same as average. Take note. So let me use average. Average of the two middle term, which is 26 plus what? 26 divided by 2, giving me 56 all over 2, giving me what? No, 52. Yeah, 52, giving me back to what? 26. So the median temperature will be equal to what? 26 degree what? Centigrade. Now the mode. Since I've arranged this, or you'll use this to get my mode easily. So my mode. What's mode? Mode is simply the temperature that have the highest what? Frequency. Which temperature have the highest frequency? So let's clean this. And also clean this. We can see that 23 occur once, 24 occur twice, 25 occur twice, 26 occur twice, and 27 occur twice. This is 1, 1, 1, 1. If I've gotten something like 28 occurring 3 times, then the mode will become what? 28 degrees centigrade. But here we have 4 different values, 24, 25, 26, and 27 that occur twice. So therefore the mode will be equals to 24 degree, 25 degree, 26 degree, and what? 27 degree. Since we have 4 values, 4 mode, we can simply call it multi-modal. Or the right way, since we have 4, you simply call it quadrimodal. And this is the solution to my I. Now, I says, state with explanation which of the measures in 12AI best represent the data. To me, the best that represent the data, which is generally accepted, is the mean. I is the mean. And why is the mean? Is the mean because the mean take all the temperatures into consideration. So it's the best measures that represent the words information using the mean, median, and mode. If we have something like standard deviation here, standard deviation would have been the words answer. So relating to mean, median, and mode, the mean is the best measures for this words data representation. Now let's focus on our B. Abi says, I can clean this top now. So Abi says, 2 towns lie on the same meridian and have latitudes of 15 degree north and 36 degree north. So let me say this is my spare. And the midpoint should be my what? Equator, which is what? 0 degree. This is my 90 degree what? North, and this is my 90 degree what? South. This is the midpoint. Now, I have 15 degree north. 15 degree north, let me say this is it. And I equally have, let it come down a little. Point A, 15 degree point A. Or let me put A first. A bracket 15 degree what? North. Now, the second is 36 degree what? North. So let's assume this come this way. And remember, it's not drawn to scale. This is what B, and is what 36 degree what north also. Now this is the representation of the diagram, which is what I. Now I says calculate or to 3 significant figures. Short, I will have to write these 3 significant figures so we don't forget. It may, in case I clean it. Calculate correct to 3 significant figures the distance between the turn. The distance between the turn is simply the length of the chord here, AB. Yeah. So having this, from the diagram we have this. Now this is B and this is A. So the distance between the turn is what we have to calculate. Let's assume these are what? Theta. Now we have our angular distance. Which is what? Theta, to be equals to what? 36 degree. 36 degree minus what? 15 degree. Why? They are on the same side of the what? Equator. If they were on different sides, say north and south, will add up. But angular distance is simply the difference because they are on the same side of the what? Equator. So I have my 36 minus what? 15 to give me 36 minus 15 to give me 21 what? Degree. Now I've gotten my 21 degree, and the distance between the two turns is simply distance, comma, AB, simply theta all over what? 360 degree times 2 pi what? Radius, which is length of arc AB. Now 21 degree is already known, and my arrow here will be equal to capital letter what? Arrow, which is given as the radius of the earth. Whoosh, I've cleaned it. Okay, let's continue. And pi is given as 22 over 7. So we have 21 degree all over 360 degree times 2 times 22 over 7 times the result of the earth is simply 6,400 kilometers. We should know it offhand in case it is not given. So we multiply all the whole top to have 21. Remember, degree will cancel degree. 21 times 2 times 22 times 6,400. That gives me 5,913,600 all over 360 times 7 to give me 2,520. So we have 5,913,600 divided by my answer here, and I'll have 2370.476 kilometers. But the question says to 3 significant words figures. So the 3 significant figures simply means they want us to have 3 real word values. That simply gives me 2. Here it's supposed to be, yes, what? 2, 3, 7. Since nothing to add up, I have 0.476. 3 significant figures. 32370 as my words answer. Put my words kilometer. So let's verify. 36 minus 15 gives me 21. So I have 21 divided 360, giving me this times 2 equal this times 22 over 7 equals this times 6,400 equal this. So we're supposed to have 2, 3, 46.6667. So this is supposed to now give us 2, 3 to 3 significant. This is what? Greater than 4. We add 1 to this 4, it becomes 5. We have 5 and we have 0. So the answer should be 2,350 kilometers to 3 significant words figure. So let's verify where this error came from. 21 times 2 times 22 times 6,400 gave us 5913, 600, yeah, and 360 times 7, giving us 2520. So we have 5913,600 divided by 2520. Yeah, which is 2346.66. Yeah, so this is our final answer. Thank you. Question 13a says, using a ruler and a pair of compass only, construct triangle MNR in which MN equal 8.7 centimeter, MR equal 10.5 centimeter, and angle MNR equals 75 degree. Locate by construction a point X such that RX is parallel to MN and X is equidistant from the points M and R. C. Measure NR. CII. Measure angle MRX. Then D. What shape is SMNR? So this is a construction question of which we should have an insight of how to construct angle 75 degree. So let's start. But doing a rough sketch, you agree with me that MN should be 7.5. This is MN 7.5, and our 75 degree should be this way. And if we have our 75 degree this way, 75 degree, then we should have a parallel line of which RS must be parallel to our MN we have here. And if this is 75 degree, then an extension should be made. So the adjacent angle to angle R should be equally be what 75 degree. So here to here should be 75 degree, so that RX will be parallel to what MN. And they also said angle M and X is equidistant from points M and R. But remember, they also gave us MR to be a particular distance, which is 10.5 centimeter. So the 10.5 should come from here to here. Where it ends, that's where you get your position of what? R. And after that, you to get an equidistance point from MR is simply to bisect here and here, also bisect here and here, and then join. So where these two, the parallel line of RX meets with this bisection of what MR, become our point of what X, and you simply what join this position, and you measure your NR, you equally measure your angle NRX, and you determine the shape. So let's see. So I want to use this as my MN. MN is given as 8.7 cm. So this is my MN, which happens to be 8.7 cm. And they said construct a triangle MNR in which MN is 8.7 cm and MR is equals to 10.5 centimeter and angle MNR is 75 degree. So let's construct our 75 degree. To construct 75 degree, we need to construct 60 degree and 90 degree and bisect the angle between 60 and 90 to give us 15, and 60 plus 15 will give me what 75 degree. So let's construct. So these are 60 degree. Now construct our 90 degree. So we'll use a broken line for our 90 degrees, since it's not the required angle. So there we go. And we equally construct. We don't need to rule our 60 degree because it's just the points we need. So we'll bisect this angle to get our 75 degree. This is required angle, so we use a line that is not broken, so we use a complete line. So we've gotten our angle 75 degree. So here to here 75 degree. So the next thing we have to do is to locate our point M arrow, which is giving us what? 10.5 volts cm. So doing that, we use our ruler. We use our ruler and our pair of compasses. Now this is 10.5. So these are 10.5 volts cm. So I'll place my pin here at M and cut this ray, which is the angle 75 degree. So we've gotten where our M is, so we need to just join. So this become our what? Our point arrow. And after our point arrow, we see that the triangle has been what? Complete. We've using all the information. So I can write my 10.5 cm here, representing what? M arrow. So we've done our A part. Remember this 75 degree. If you choose to write it, you write it 75 degree. Now, it said locate by construction a point X such that arrow X is parallel to what? MM. We've gotten our arrow. So if this MM, arrow should be a line coming this way. Now how do we construct it? Since this is 75 degree, the adjacent angle of arrow, which is N arrow X, the adjacent angle of it will be what? 75 degree, equal to this angle. So let's construct our 75 degree. Using our point arrow, remember. So again, we construct since we want our 75 to be at the adjacent, we've gotten our 60 degree. The next thing again, we construct our 90 degree. Remember, we use a dash line since it's not the required angle. Now we can therefore construct our 75 degree by bisecting these two. So see, this is the required line, and the next thing we have to do now is to locate our point S, which is equidistant from points M and arrow. So these are M, these are arrow. So we simply stretch out our pencil to be greater than half of M arrow. So this is the first point, which is the first arc, and this is the second arc. This meets here. Let me use it by arrow to point where it meets, where it cuts. and the other one meets here also, which is this line. So all we need to do now is to join. So this the line which is equidistance. This is the line equidistance from MN, and it means the parallel line at this point. So here become our what? Our point X. So this is our point S. So we can simply join our X towards N. So with this, we've come to the end of this very what? Diagram. Now question what? Question 6 says we should measure N arrow. Here's our N arrow. These are N arrow. So we'll use a ruler, since they said using a ruler and a pair of compass what? Only. So our M arrow as seen here is 8.55 cm. So let's write it. C. N arrow equals to 8.55 watts cm. And the CI. CII says measure angle N arrow X. To measure our N arrow X, we need a pair of what? Compass. So we place the very midpoint of it here, and this is our 0 point, and we begin to count. So you can see this 10, 20, 30, this 100, and this 105 degree. So my angle N arrow X, N arrow S is equals to what? 105 what degree. Now they said, what shape, which is D, what shape is SM N arrow X M N arrow? So we can see that by measurement, this 8.7 degree which they gave us. Let's see ROS, SM ROS, yeah. S arrow here is equally what? 8.7 degree. You can see it. This 8.5, 8.6, 8.7. And we've measured N arrow to give us what? 8.55 already. So let's check MS. MS here is also what? 8.5 cm. Yeah, so you see that the parallel sides are equal. We've already seen that this our angle given is 75 degree for MN arrow. So let's check MX arrow, which is the opposite angle. So you can see that this is my 0 position, and this is my midpoint. This is exactly 75 degree. So we have angle MN arrow to be equal to 75 degree given, and our angle MX arrow is equal to what? 75 degree. So we can see that the opposite angles are equal, and our angle N arrow S is 105 degree. Let's check our angle SM arrow, which is the opposite angle. So again, this is what? 0, 100, 105 what degree. So we can simply write angle N arrow X equal angle SM arrow equals to what? 105 degree. Now 75 plus 75 will give me 150. 75 150, and 105 will give me 210. So 210 plus 150 will give me what? 360 degree. So this is the sum of angle in a what? Quadrilateral. Now let's give it a better shape. We've already seen that it's a quadrilateral, but you can see that opposite angles are equal, and this angle here, our side rather, M arrow was giving us what, 10.5. So let's check our SM. We can see that our SM is greater than what, 10.5. So since the opposite angles are equal and the adjacent sides are supplementary, which is adjacent side 75, 105 add up to what, 150. Again 75, 105 gives us what, 180 degree, which is adjacent angles are what, supplementary. We can therefore conclude that the shape is what, a parallelogram. So our shape, which is D, answer to D, is what, parallelogram. So this is the solution to question 13. Thank you, and do well to help us to like, share, and what, subscribe.